Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we are taking a look at something that could really change your life. It's called Definiteness of Purpose.
Okay.
And it's really about having a clear vision for what you want to achieve in life. And we're going to be looking at how that can affect your motivation, your focus, and even how you bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah.
And for this deep dive, we're going to be focusing on the work of Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
And particularly his research on over 500 successful people,
Wow.
which he wrote about in his book, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It is.
So what's really interesting is that Hill found that definiteness of purpose was like the foundation for success.
Okay.
Like through all of his research, he saw that all these super successful people,
Well,
like people like Thomas Edison
Right.
and Henry Ford, they all had this incredible clarity about what they wanted to achieve.
so it's not just about wishing for a better life.
Right.
It's about having a very specific picture in your mind
Yeah.
of what you're actually aiming for.
Exactly. It's not enough to just kind of drift along hoping things will get better.
Right.
You have to be intentional about what you want.
Yeah.
Hill even uses this powerful analogy of two sealed envelopes to really make this point.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more about that.
So imagine you have these two envelopes,
Okay.
and one of them is filled with all the good stuff that comes with having a purpose in life.
All right. Like what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Things like good health, peace of mind, a career that you love,
Yeah.
and financial abundance too.
Okay. So the good life.
Right. But then the other envelope is filled with all the consequences of not having a clear purpose. Things like poor health worry and just this feeling of being lost.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Definitely not.
But the good news is we get to choose which envelope to open,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So it's not predetermined.
Not at all.
We have a say in this.
That's the empowering message here.
I like that.
Hill really stresses that we have the power to direct our own minds. We get to choose the path we want to take.
So it's not about luck or circumstances.
Nope.
It's about consciously shaping our own future.
You got it.
This is making me think about my own goals now.
Uh-huh.
Are they really specific enough?
Yeah.
Do they actually excite me?
That's a great question to ask yourself.
Maybe not as much as they could.
Well, the good news is Hill gives us some really practical steps for actually defining and going after that major purpose.
Okay, all ears.
The first thing is write it down.
Okay,
Get that vision out of your head and onto paper.
get it out of there.
Then break that big goal down into smaller steps,
Yeah.
things you can actually do.
Actionable step.
Exactly. So ask yourself what needs to happen each day or each week to get you closer.
Makes sense.
And don't forget about deadlines.
Oh yeah, those are important.
They really create a sense of urgency.
Definitely.
He'll even suggest repeating your goals out loud every day, almost like a mantra.
Okay, now that sounds a little out there to me.
Yeah.
Is there like a reason behind that?
Yeah. Hill was a big believer in the power of your subconscious mind.
Mhm.
And by feeding your subconscious with those goals and dreams,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually kind of program it
Oh, wow.
to attract the opportunities and resources you need to succeed.
So it's like aligning what we consciously want
Right.
with what's going on in those deeper parts of our mind.
Exactly. It's about creating that harmony between your desires and your beliefs.
That's powerful stuff if it works.
It really can be, and Hill actually has a great story that shows this principle in action.
Oh, I love a good story.
So he was struggling to come up with a title for Think and Grow Rich,
Okay.
and he was facing a deadline.
Oh, pressure's on.
Right. So he actually sat down and talked to his subconscious.
Wait, he talked to his subconscious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture that.
And he basically demanded that it give him the perfect title.
And what happened?
He woke up in the middle of the night with the title Think and Grow Rich.
Wow. Okay.
Clear as day in his mind.
So it worked.
It did.
That's wild. It really makes you wonder what else we could achieve if we could tap into that power.
It's pretty amazing.
But let's get real for a second.
Sure.
What about when things get tough?
Yeah.
How do we stay motivated and not get sidetracked by fear or procrastination?
Well, that's where Hill's emphasis on persistence and resilience comes in.
Okay.
He spent over 20 years on his research
Wow.
and faced tons of setbacks and criticism along the way.
That's dedication.
He believed that most people give up on their dreams right before they're about to have a breakthrough.
That's a good point.
It's like they get so close and then they lose faith.
That reminds me of Bill Lee.
Oh, yeah?
He actually used Hill's principles and achieved his goal of becoming a millionaire by 40.
That's right.
He must have faced his fair share of challenges, too.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Can we talk a little about his story?
Absolutely. Bill Lee's experience gives us some real-world context for these principles.
Perfect.
He was a management consultant in the building supply industry, and he was really obsessed with setting goals and measuring progress.
So very much in line with Hill's thinking.
Exactly. And he even figured out how to measure something as intangible as customer service.
Really?
How did he do that?
He believed that almost everything positive in business could be measured and rewarded.
I'm really curious to hear more about how he quantified customer service.
Oh, yeah, it's fascinating.
It seems so subjective.
It does, but he had a system.
Okay, tell me more.
He encouraged managers to set clear expectations for their employees.
Like what kind of expectations?
Things like greeting customers by name, offering help proactively, and walking them to the products they were looking for instead of just pointing.
What?
Case.
Those little things can really make a difference.
They can. He really believed in inspecting performance regularly and celebrating successes as a team.
That makes a lot of sense.
It creates a culture of excellence.
Right, so it's about breaking down even those soft skills into concrete actions that you can actually measure.
Exactly.
What gets measured gets managed, right?
You got it. And when you combine that level of clarity with a strong sense of purpose, you create a powerful recipe for achievement.
I am loving this conversation about Bill Lee and how he applied these principles in a real-world setting.
Me too.
But I think this is a good place to pause and let our listeners really digest everything we've covered so far.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
It is. And I think it's important to let these ideas really sink in.
Definitely.
We'll be back in a flash to continue our deep dive into definiteness of purpose.
You know, as we continue our deep dive, it's important to remember that definiteness of purpose isn't just about, like, setting individual goals. It's about having a bigger vision for your whole life.
So it's not just about career success or money,
Right.
but about how all the different areas of our lives fit together.
Exactly. Hill even talked about including a human relationship plank in your major purpose.
A human relationship plank. What's that?
It means making sure your goals are in line with your values and your relationships. You know, with your loved ones, your colleagues, even your community.
That makes a lot of sense. It's easy to get so focused on one goal that we might neglect other important things.
It happens to the best of us.
It's about finding that balance between our personal lives, our professional ambitions, and how we contribute to the world.
Yeah, you could say that real success is holistic.
And this connects back to Bill Lee, too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He also emphasized a shift towards focusing on customer satisfaction in business.
Oh, yeah. He was big on that.
He believed that giving customers a really great experience was a key principle for building a successful and sustainable business.
I can see that.
And he saw it as a crucial area of focus for anyone who wants to succeed.
It all comes back to clarity, doesn't it?
It does.
If you're clear about the value you're providing and how you're making people's lives better, that clarity will show up in every part of your business.
It's like having a guiding light that influences all your decisions.
We've talked a lot about the what of definiteness of purpose, writing it down, breaking it into steps. But are there any other specific techniques or strategies that Hill recommends to actually make this happen?
One thing Hill highlights is the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Okay.
He called this the mastermind principle.
Mastermind. I like that.
The idea is that when you work together with people who share your vision and support your goals,
Yeah.
you can accomplish so much more than you ever could alone.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Having a supportive network of friends, mentors, and colleagues has been so important for me.
It's essential.
It's not just about having people who cheer you on,
Right.
but also people who challenge you
Yes.
and push you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. And help you see your blind spots.
It's about being around people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And Hill also emphasized the importance of never stopping learning and growing as a person.
Absolutely.
Always be on the lookout for new knowledge, skills, and experiences that can help you reach your goals.
You know, it's not a one-time thing. It's not like you set a goal and then you're done.
It's an ongoing process.
Definiteness of purpose is a lifelong commitment to growth and self-improvement.
And it's about being flexible with your vision as you learn and evolve.
Exactly. It's not about being rigid or inflexible.
Oof.
It's about having a clear vision, but also being willing to adapt and be open to new possibilities along the way.
That takes the pressure off needing to have it all figured out right now.
It does.
It's more about enjoying the journey and trusting that we'll continue to grow and discover new aspects of our purpose as we go.
That's a great way to look at it.
Bill Lee talked about setting goals, reaching them, and then setting them again.
That's right.
It's like a constant cycle of growth and achievement.
It is. We've talked about Bill Lee's journey, but I'd love to hear more about the specific steps he took to become a millionaire by 40.
Yeah, me too.
What were some of his key takeaways?
Let's dive into that a little more.
Okay, one thing Lee always stressed was the importance of delivering amazing customer service.
He was really passionate about that.
He saw it as a foundation for success in any business.
And he wasn't just talking about being polite.
No, he was talking about going above and beyond.
Okay.
To anticipate what customers need and exceed their expectations.
I remember reading about how he encouraged employees to greet customers by name,
Yeah.
suggest other products that might go well with their purchase, and walk them to items instead of just pointing.
Those little details can make a huge difference.
They really can. It's all about making the customer feel valued.
Exactly. And those are all actions that can be measured and tracked.
Right.
Which aligns perfectly with Hill's emphasis on having a definite plan and taking concrete steps.
It seems like Lee wasn't afraid to experiment and try new things.
He wasn't.
He was always looking for ways to improve and give his customers more value.
That's a vital part of the process.
So definiteness of purpose doesn't mean being stuck in your ways.
Not all.
It's about having that clear vision,
Yes.
but also being adaptable and open to new opportunities as you learn and grow.
I like how you put that.
That reminds me of Hill's suggestion to keep plans flexible and be open to what he called infinite intelligence. You know, his term for a higher power or a universal consciousness.
I think he was saying that sometimes a power greater than ourselves might have a better plan for us.
That's an interesting concept.
It's about having faith in the journey.
Right.
And being open to something larger than ourselves.
It makes me think about those hunches or intuitive insights we get sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
What if those are actually messages from that infinite intelligence guiding us toward our purpose?
That's a really cool thought.
It's like trusting your gut feeling,
Yes.
even when your logical mind might be hesitant.
It's about recognizing that we're all connected to something much bigger than ourselves.
And tapping into that wisdom
It flows through us.
when we're open to it.
Beautifully said.
I really like this idea of co-creating with the universe.
I do.
It's empowering, and it takes the pressure off feeling like we have to do everything ourselves.
It reminds me of another point Bill Lee made
What's that?
about the power of collaboration and teamwork.
Oh, yeah.
He believed that we rarely achieve true success alone.
Makes sense.
It's about working together with others who share your vision and support your goals.
Which brings us back to Hill's idea of the mastermind.
It does.
Having that group of like-minded people can really amplify what you're able to accomplish.
And it's not just about having cheerleaders.
Right.
It's about having people who challenge you,
Push you.
help you see things you might be missing.
It's like having a team of advisors, mentors, and accountability partners all in one.
I love that analogy.
And it's so important to find people who not only share your goals, but also your values.
Absolutely. When you have that alignment, it creates a synergy that allows you to do amazing things together.
It's fascinating how all these principles work together.
They do.
Definiteness of purpose, the power of the subconscious mind, the importance of collaboration and continuous learning.
It's like a framework for success.
They all weave together to create something really powerful.
Success isn't just about what you achieve, but who you become along the way.
I love it.
It's about the changes that happen within you as you chase your goals and face those challenges and opportunities.
And realizing that true success is a journey, not a destination.
That's a great way to put it.
It's about constantly striving, evolving, and contributing your unique talents to the world.
This makes me think about Hill's idea that our major purpose should be something that lasts our entire lifetime.
Yeah.
And leaves a legacy that benefits others.
So it's about making a positive impact.
And leaving the world a better place than we found it.
And it makes me wonder,
What's that?
what if our purpose isn't something we discover, but something we create? What if it's an ongoing process of creation,
I like that.
shaped by our choices, actions, and willingness to embrace our full potential?
Yeah, that's a really powerful thought. You know, it suggests that our purpose is something that's alive and it changes as we change.
It's not a fixed point we're trying to reach.
Right, it's more like an ongoing process of creation and discovery.
And that fits with what Hill was saying about being flexible and open to new things.
Exactly.
You know, having a direction, but being willing to adjust. as we learn and grow.
And that reminds me of what Bill Lee said about setting goals, reaching them, and then setting new ones.
Oh, yeah. He was all about continuous improvement.
It's a constant cycle of growth and pushing yourself further.
So it's not just about getting to one specific endpoint.
Right.
It's about embracing the journey and understanding that our purpose can change as we move through life.
And it's that journey that really shapes us.
And helps us make a meaningful contribution to the world.
I like that.
Thinking about everything we've talked about today, I'm feeling really inspired.
Me too.
It's a great reminder that we have the power to create the life we want, to define our own purpose, and make a positive impact.
And that brings us to a really important question for everyone listening.
Okay, lay it on us.
What if you sat down tonight and really tried to define your definite major purpose?
What would it be?
And what could you do tomorrow to start moving towards it?
That's a great challenge for our listeners.
It's about taking all these ideas and actually putting them into action.
Because knowledge without action is just potential.
It is.
So let's encourage our listeners to take that first step.
Yeah.
Grab a notebook and write down their definite major purpose and start taking those small but consistent actions that will move them closer to their dreams.
Remember what Bill Lee said.
Set your goals, reach them, and then set some new ones.
It's a continuous process of growth, and the possibilities are truly endless.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive into definiteness of purpose.
It has.
We've explored the power of having a clear vision, the importance of persistence and resilience, and how transformative it can be to align our actions with what we truly desire.
And before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought from Napoleon Hill.
Okay, I'm ready.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve.
So go out there, define your purpose, believe in yourself, and take those bold steps towards creating the life you want.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep reaching for those stars.
You have the power to make your dreams a reality.